Hey everyone, and welcome. I am so incredibly excited to have you here for this explainer. Our guiding mission today, flying right at the top of our screen, is Maths Made Easy, brought to you alongside Maths Made Easy Suresh, which you'll see down at the bottom throughout our journey. Today, we are zooming in on a very specific date, August 6th. And let me tell you, this is literally one of the most legendary golden dates in the entire history of mathematics. Here is why. On this one single date, across completely different centuries and totally different countries, some of the most brilliant minds on Earth completely changed the technology that we use every single day. I mean, just think about the sheer coincidence of that for a second. It's wild. Okay, let's dive right into this highlight reel. So let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered why your phone's AI understands the grammar of what you type so flawlessly? Like when you send a quick text or ask your virtual assistant a random question. How does the machine process our messy human language without just getting completely confused? Well, believe it or not, the answer actually goes way back to August 6th, 1694, and a guy named Antoine Arnauld. Here is the really crucial thing about his work. Arnauld made this unbelievable discovery about language. He basically showed that our internal mental processes and our spoken grammar are pretty much the exact same thing. He created what he called a universal grammar. Essentially, he figured out that human thought shares this underlying universal structure. And guess what? Fast forward to today, and that is exactly the groundwork we use to teach computers how to actually understand us. Which leads us to this massive aha moment. The logic of human thought? It's the original coding language. Seriously, every single text message we send today is secretly governed by this ancient 17th century logic. Mind-blowing, right? Okay, moving on. Same date, but we are fast-forwarding over 300 years. A different country, and honestly, an even bigger idea. Get ready for our next mystery. How in the world do physicists map the invisible shapes of the universe? Have you ever actually thought about that? How can we understand these insanely complex, hidden structures in things like quantum physics or string theory, even when we literally can't see them? Well, this brings us to August 6th, 1998, and the absolutely brilliant André Weil. What is so fascinating here is how Weil managed to connect two totally different worlds. He essentially built a bridge between pure numbers, number theory, and physical shapes, which mathematicians call the geometry of algebraic curves. And because he made that connection, he provided the exact mathematical foundation that our modern physicists use to map out the entire universe today. No big deal, right? He actually once said something beautiful about this. He said, "Every mathematician worthy of the name has experienced the state of lucid exaltation in which one thought succeeds another as if miraculously." I just love that phrase, lucid exaltation. It perfectly captures that creative, almost magical passion you need to discover the hidden patterns of the cosmos. All right, let's keep the momentum going. Still on August 6th, just 4 short years later, we find a mind that directly shaped the apps sitting on our phones right this second. Think about Google Maps. Why does it always find the fastest route, even when you're dealing with hundreds of intersecting roads and crazy traffic? When you just want to get home during rush hour, how does that app instantly calculate the absolute shortest path? The secret to our routing networks takes us to August 6th, 2002, and a pioneer named Edsger Dijkstra. So, Dijkstra basically looked at chaotic, messy computer code and completely restructured the whole shebang. He invented what we call structured programming, and he created the stack to handle computer memory smoothly. But the absolute kicker for us today? He designed the ultimate shortest path algorithms. He literally gave our modern devices the exact mathematical logic they need to route us perfectly home every single time. It's like he said, programming is an intellectual activity requiring a high level of knowledge and creativity to find the shortest path. It really makes you realize that the GPS sitting in your pocket isn't just a basic tool. It is a masterpiece of pure mathematical creativity. Okay, let's check our timeline again and see how this all builds up to our final stop. One date, so many wild stories. Now let's dive into a discovery about ultimate digital secrecy. How exactly does your UPI payment or your WhatsApp chat keep your messages completely secret? On an internet filled with billions of users and just endless digital chaos, how does your personal data actually stay safe? The security that you and I rely on every single day traces back to August 6th, 2007, and the great Atle Selberg. When you think about prime numbers, at first glance, they just look like this chaotic, totally random sequence. But Selberg discovered these highly structured, hidden patterns buried deep inside them. His intense work in analytic number theory essentially found order in the chaos. And that exact order, that is the absolute bedrock of our modern internet encryption. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What if the perfect pattern you'd see in a snowflake was also hiding inside our most secure passwords? That right there is the quiet, hidden wonder of prime numbers. So looking at everything we've covered today, every single person we met in this explainer, across completely different centuries and totally different countries, they all asked the exact same question. What is the pattern hiding inside the chaos? And because they asked that question, our world today has AI, quantum physics, GPS, and a secure internet. The math we are learning today truly is the technology of tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me for this Maths Made Easy explainer, alongside Maths Made Easy's Suresh. So, as you go about your day and look at the technology all around you, I've got one final question for you. What hidden pattern will you discover in the chaos?